You're looking at a computer built before Jesus walked the earth. Not a metaphor. An actual functioning machine with gears, dials, and moving parts, built roughly 2,100 years ago. In 1901, Greek sponge divers exploring a shipwreck near the island of Antikythera pulled up statues, coins, and jewelry. Almost as an afterthought, they also surfaced a corroded lump of bronze. Nobody realized what they were holding. That lump sat largely ignored for over a year. It wasn't until 1902 that archaeologist Valerios Stais noticed something strange embedded in the corrosion. Gear teeth. Actual mechanical gears, cut with a precision nobody expected from this period of history. Historians studying ancient technology have said that before this discovery, the ancient Greeks were believed capable of only crude, simple gears, the kind used in windmills. This device changed that assumption completely. Modern researchers have identified at least 30 bronze gears inside the mechanism, some with teeth barely a millimeter long, interlocking with a level of precision historians didn't think existed until over 1,000 years later. Sit with that for a second. 1,000 years of missing technological history, apparently skipped, sitting inside one corroded lump of bronze at the bottom of the sea. So what did it actually do? According to researchers who have spent decades studying it, including Tony Freeth of the UCL Antikythera research team, the mechanism functioned as a hand-powered model of the cosmos. Turn a crank, and the device would track the movement of the sun and moon, predict eclipses decades in advance, display the phases of the moon, and even mark the dates of the ancient Olympic Games. This wasn't a toy. This was a genuine calculating machine, encoding real astronomical knowledge into interlocking metal teeth. Consider what building this actually required. Whoever made this device needed advanced mathematics to calculate the precise gear ratios matching real astronomical cycles, metallurgy skilled enough to cast and cut bronze at millimeter precision, and engineering knowledge to make dozens of moving parts work together without seizing or slipping. This is 3 entirely different, highly specialized fields of ancient expertise combined into one object. Here's what should unsettle you. For over 70 years after its discovery, researchers couldn't figure out what it actually did. The technology to look inside the corroded fragments without destroying them simply didn't exist yet. It took modern X-ray imaging and computed tomography scans, decades later, to finally reveal the inscriptions and gear structures hidden inside. Think about that gap. The ancient Greeks built something so advanced that modern science needed CT scanners, technology from the space age, just to understand what an ancient hand-cranked device was doing. Historian Alexander Jones, who has written extensively on the mechanism, suggests it likely wasn't one of a kind. He proposes there may have been a single high-end workshop around 100 BC with the specific skills to produce devices like this, meaning an entire tradition of Greek precision engineering may have existed and then simply vanished from the historical record. Why would something this advanced disappear completely? Historians point out that when devices like this eventually broke down, their bronze components were valuable enough to be melted down and reused, a common practice in antiquity. The Antikythera mechanism may have only survived at all because it sank to the bottom of the sea instead of ending up back in a metalworker's furnace. That's an uncomfortable thought. The only reason you know this technology existed is because a ship carrying it happened to sink. How many other devices like it were built, used, and then simply melted down, their existence lost forever because no shipwreck happened to preserve them? Researchers studying the fragments have also found something else worth sitting with. The mechanism was recovered as roughly 82 separate pieces, believed to represent only about a third of the original device. 2/3 of this machine, whatever secrets it still held, is gone entirely, either lost to corrosion, scattered across the seafloor, or destroyed before it was ever recovered. Everything researchers have learned came from studying the smaller remaining fraction. The Antikythera mechanism forces a genuine reckoning with how much ancient technological knowledge might be permanently gone, not because it wasn't impressive enough to remember, but because there was never a random accident like this one to freeze it in time. So the next time you assume you understand the technological limits of the ancient world, remember this device. It sat in museum storage for decades before anyone realized what it truly was, dismissed as an unremarkable lump of corroded metal by people who had no reason to expect something extraordinary inside it. Somewhere at the bottom of the sea, or buried in a workshop nobody excavated, there could be another leap in human ingenuity, still waiting for its own shipwreck, its own accident, to bring it back into the light.